In August 1945, during the Second World War, a single American plane flew over Japan. Little did Japan know, this plane carried the most deadly weapon ever created that nobody knew existed: the atomic bomb. It took 43 seconds for this bomb to completely wipe out the city of Hiroshima and the 80,000 people living in it. You see, during World War II, the United States had secretly been developing the first ever nuclear bomb. It was originally planned to be used against Germany, but by this time, Germany had already surrendered from the war. The United States instead used it to defeat their only remaining enemy, Japan. This bomb won World War II, but the creation of this bomb was more impactful than just that. This had essentially made the United States the most powerful nation in the world. Unfortunately for them, 3 years later, a second country, the Soviet Union, would also develop an atomic bomb. Although those two countries were allies throughout the war, the United States and the Soviet Union did not like each other. They had many contrasting political ideas. Fighting in the field was not an option for them, as nuclear weaponry made that insignificant. This was the start of what's called the Cold War. The Cold War was not fought directly between the two countries, but instead they engaged in proxy wars, which are wars fought between smaller groups that still represent the ideas of the bigger powers involved. There are currently 9 countries that have access to nuclear weapons. If they were to get into a major disagreement, they could completely destroy each other. This is the concept of mutually assured destruction. This means that if one country were to use a nuclear weapon, the other country would retaliate with the same, leading to the destruction of both nations. Because of this, wars in the future will be more complex. The fear of nuclear warfare will lead to countries fighting each other in complicated and unconventional ways. The Cold War was one example of this with its proxy wars, but there are many other ways that warfare could be conducted. Through the use of propaganda, cyber warfare, robots, and even biological weapons, warfare will look vastly different than it did before the nuclear bomb. The nuclear bomb not only made global conflict more complex, but it also introduced a threat that could destroy entire cities. Nations will now need much more strategy when fighting. War must now be approached with caution, as it could cause a chain reaction that could destroy the entire world.